If you've already watched part 1, go ahead and skip through this next part. But if you didn't, here is the part 1 of the story time. And I don't want to be around no bitch that get drunk and play Bad Girls Club. Story fucking time. So when I lived in Atlanta, everybody always wanted me to come back to Detroit. It was always somebody's birthday. It was always an event, and I was fucking across the country. But I loved it that way. I loved the fact that people did not have so much access to me, and I loved being the fuck away from the bullshit. But I ended up chopping it up with a little somebody. And this somebody was a little well-known in Detroit. And they were having an album release party, and they wanted me to come. Now, at the time, me and this person was extremely just friendly, so I didn't really think nothing of it. So when that person's team said they'll pay for the flight, I said, fuck yeah, come on. So his team ended up paying for the flight, the room, everything. All I really had to do was just come and show up. And because I did not feel like being around everybody, I just was like, I'm gonna come for like a day or two and then leave dead post I was in Detroit, you know, get everybody mad, then come back in the summertime. And so I looked on my phone, I had a little PTO, they bought everything, and I was on a flight to the city. Now, because I just went impulsively, I forgot so much shit, y'all. So I had ended up getting me a little Turo, and I had to go to the mall to go shopping. So when I get in the mall, I end up bumping into one of my childhood homegirls. Her name is Kiki. Now, Kiki is a very pretty girl, smart girl, but I would call her like a plain Jane. She's not the girl that walks in the spot that everybody noticed, but she is the girl that gets noticed. Like, oh, she's pretty, and you know, that's it. About 5 foot, dark-skinned girl, slim, thick, nice body, very fucking pretty teeth, plain Jane dressing girl, cool bitch. So it was a shocker for me to bump into this bitch at Saks because I didn't even know she shopped in places like that. No shade, of course. But when I bumped into her, she was with this other girl who I knew was boosting. So I asked her, I'm like, what y'all in here doing? Like, y'all, you know, can y'all get me a little something out of woo-woo? Kiki was like, I don't boost or whatever the case may be. That's her. She doing her thing. I'm about to go buy me some clothes. Okay, so boom. So we having our little conversation in the mall, you know, chopping it up, shopping. And I'm asking her, like, well, what you got planned? She like, I'm going to Outta Whoop Whoop mixtape party. Which just so happened to be the exact same person who paid for my room, paid for my flight, paid for the everything. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, I think I'm going to be in the building Outta Whoop Whoop. I'm going to slide through there. She was like, but you got to hurry up and get your tickets. You know, his shit be selling out fast as hell. Outta Whoop Whoop. I got one more if you want to come. Now, he was offering 3 types of tickets. He was offering like silver, bronze, and like gold. It was something like that. I forget. But whatever ticket it was, the ones that he gave me was like top tier or whatever the case may be. And so I was like, well, I got like 3. I think I had like 3 platinum ones. I was like, I got like 3 platinum ones if you want to go. You know what I'm saying? She was like, damn, you paid all that money out of whoop whoop. And I was like, you know, well, I'm cool with his manager out of whoop whoop. Now, by this time, he had made it very clear that like we wasn't gonna be friends. Like I know that sound like, but I didn't really know that's what it was hitting on. So I didn't want to mess up his situation. I didn't know what he had going on because I really don't give a fuck as long as y'all don't put me in no drama. And so since I had good tickets, she had asked me could her sister come, and I was like, hell yeah, you know, your sister more than welcome to come. But is she gonna be cool? Now, Kiki's sister growing up was known for beating bitches up. She was a very pretty, very fly, nice girl, but when she got mad, that bitch got mad. Everybody got that homegirl that's just like, you don't even want to take the bitch nowhere because bitches get to looking wrong. She one of them. She one of them. Like I said, like I know this person, but I don't know this person for real. So I don't know who all gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? And so she like, she gonna be cool where their case may be. Don't worry about it. Outta whoop whoop. You gonna be good. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm gonna pick y'all up. Now the party was downtown. At the time, they lived right by Central on Tuxedo. So we was like 15 minutes away from the party. Picked them up. They mama happy to see me. I'm happy to see their family. It's just a good old family reunion. Pull up at the party, this bitch rocking. You know I be telling y'all some parties be lame, some parties the whole city was there. The whole city was at this bitch. Doughboys, trappers, rappers, scammers, boosters, fly bitches, baller bitches, bitches who sell hair, bitches who sell dope, bitches who sell ass was there. The whole hood was there. Everybody know that. So as soon as I walk in, I go to my little section or the case may be, and I had end up getting to the bathroom, and that person, the rapper, the person who flew me there, had grabbed me. He was like, damn, you wasn't gonna speak to me out of woo. I was like, you was doing your thing, you chilling or whatever the case may be. I ain't want to interrupt you. He was like, yeah, you know, I'm trying to keep shit low key, out of woo. I don't want shit to get too messy. He was like, but I hope I see you later on. I was like, yeah, you know, we can go out and get something to eat or whatever the case may be. But while we wrapping up the conversation, I just hear all this hoorah out there. But mind you, it's an album release party, so I'm just thinking like it's just, you know, them. Bitch, Kiki's sister did seen some hoes that they didn't got into it with. Mind you, I'm with him. So I'm like, okay, I'm so sorry they with me. Let me get them, or the case may be. Because he was telling security, he like, get these hoes out of my shit ASAP. But before security gets to throwing my people and I got to start throwing security, let me grab my people and let's get the fuck up out of here. And that's exactly what the fuck I did. I grabbed all my homegirls. I said, come on, y'all, let's get the fuck up out of here. Let's, go out of woo woo. So we went and we ended up going to some bar downtown. I forget the name of it. And Kiki's sister was telling us that was happening. Basically, she felt like the bitch been throwing shots at her online or for like the last couple years. They been fucking on the same nigga. And what's crazy is one got a boutique, one got a hair salon, and the same scammer paid for both of them. So it was just messy. So Kiki's sister felt like, well, bitch, when I see you, I'm on that. So what's up? And I guess it was on site. And I had a feeling some shit was like that was going to happen. We end up going to the bar. We having a good old time. Now, at this time, Kiki's sister really wasn't even that drunk. She kind of sobered up. Kiki gets drunk. And because I know Kiki, but I ain't been around the bitch in so long, I haven't seen the bitch this drunk. And within like 5 minutes of realizing that she's drunk, this bitch was turned. I'm talking bumping bitches, like just getting into shit. And so I don't know about y'all downtown, but in Detroit, we have these things called the paddle bikes, okay? They're basically these long bikes that fit up to like 15 people, 5 to 15 people. And it's like half will be on one side, half will be on the other side. And it's like a driver in the middle that's really like driving a bike, but y'all can all paddle to make it go faster. It's just a fun way to like connect with everybody while you drunk as hell, having a good fucking time. So while we going there, one bike go past, the other bike go past, and Kiki like, listen, this bitch I don't like down here. She just posted that she on a bike. I'ma hope I don't see that bitch. I'ma fuck her up. So me and Kiki's sister like, okay, let's go to the car, whatever the case may be. This bitch Kiki get to throwing up, get to acting a fool. I'm like, oh bitch, we ain't even, because we was a little minute from the car. I'm like, oh no, I'ma just Uber us to the parking garage. So while I'm calling an Uber, Kiki like, I can smell that bitch. I can smell that bitch. I'm like, you can smell that bitch. I'm like, bitch, that's you. You can smell yourself because you just threw up everywhere. Please stop. Mind you, this is happening in front of the whole downtown. She like, nah, I smell danger. I smell danger. So me and Kiki's sister like, girl, who the fuck is Danger? Like, bitch, you don't got beef with no bitch named Danger. Be quiet. We not taking Kiki serious at this time because Kiki's the nice girl. Kiki's the cool girl. Well, we ain't never known you to have beef with no bitch. Oh, was I motherfucking wrong. The third bike ride passed, and I guess it's the bitch Deja. Kiki hopped up. It was like she was laying on her back. That bitch jumped up like a cat. Ran across that motherfucking street and snatched that hoe off that bike so motherfucking scandalous. The problem is when she snatched the bitch off the bike, the bitch wasn't by herself. It was her whole family on the bike. And she got this one big ass sister. This bitch anklets just look like tree stumps. Her kneecaps inside out. Her elbows give you haul. Her neck short but her head long. She was one of them bitches. The bitch run up and get the fine on Kiki because Kiki beating the shit out of the Deja bitch, I guess. She hits Kiki with a 2-piece. Now, she hit my homegirl. My homegirl hitting the ground. Kiki's sister beating up about 2 hoes. Now, I can't let you hit this girl, so I'm trying to break her up. While I'm breaking it up, this bitch hit me in my mouth. Why she hit me in my mouth, I stumbled a little bit, because this a big bitch. I got to catch my breath. I'm trying not to put my hands on her. I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to fight you. While I'm saying that, the bitch hit me and my mouth started bleeding. Boy, I looked down and seen blood and uppercutted that bitch so quick. I'm talking about I hit that hoe so hard, her chin went up, it came back down. I hit her another time, the bitch flew on my kids. I gave that bitch a 2-piece and a biscuit and not the ones her fat ass like to eat, wide ass hoe. And because it just looked like a nigga out here fighting a bunch of bitches, niggas start jumping in the fight. So one nigga like, oh yeah, nigga, I'm on that with y'all niggas. What the fuck? I ain't letting that shit slide. So the nigga coming, he hit me from behind and I fucking stumble a little bit, but I guess my balance and I start going with his ass too. At this point, all 3 of us is fighting about 2 to 3 people at a fucking time. We fighting so motherfucking hard, y'all. I remember being out of breath. You know how you out of breath at a fight, you can run off a little bit, then come back real quick. You can't do that when it's too many people. You just gotta keep fighting. And you know the average street fight is 2 minutes. So this motherfucker was about 5, okay? Bitch, we banging, okay? All I know is sirens come and they come grab me. They throw me on the motherfucking car. I'm thinking I'm about to go to jail. It's me, Kiki, out whoop whoop, blase, blase. But once everybody got separated, the police officers let everybody go. They just had to escort us to our car since none of us was really drunk. Well, since I wasn't drunk and I was driving. And the police officer was making little jokes with us like, damn, y'all got jumped and y'all ain't bleeding or nothing. Y'all was doing y'all thing out there. Shout out to Detroit police. So we get in the car, whatever the case may be. And we had ended up noticing that Kiki had lost her purse or whatever the case may be. But the problem was Kiki had a purse on her. It was a black YSL bag, and in the YSL bag was $10,000. And not just $10,000, it was a pair of wires in that bitch too. And so we all was like, oh, we about to bust this shit down. Fuck is you talking about? Fuck these hoes. Until we found out who these bitches is. Take it from me. You don't ever try to rob a robber. If y'all want the full story for this story time, click the link in my bio or just go to Swoopa Network. SWOOPA Network. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Trey Jerome. If you are new here, on this channel we talk everything in social, political commentary, and of course story times. And I am hitting you up with a story time today. I'm coming at you live from the car as always. However, we are in a gym parking lot right now. I am filming a week in my life. I have taken y'all advice. I said I'm going to vlog this week because I am doing real estate school. So it is actually 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm knocking this out for y'all. Okay, so make sure if you're watching this, you are like, comment, and subscribing. And y'all already know I don't like to beat around the bush, so I'm about to get into the story. But before I do that, tell me something new. What's going on this week? What is going on in this day? We are officially back to our story time schedule. Every Monday and Sunday I will be dropping a story time. Monday and Friday I'll be dropping a story time. So with all of that being said, let's just go ahead and get into it. But before we get into it, tell me, how are you doing? All right, so we all get back to Kiki and them house. Now, I remember I told y'all they used to live on Tuxedo, right by Central. If you're from Detroit, you probably know where Central is. It's one of the worst high schools in Detroit. But we all pull up over there. So we opened up the black YSL bag, and it's $10,000 in there. Now, at the time, it was me. It was Kiki, Kiki's sister, Kiki. We had ended up calling like Kiki best friend, so it was 3. Kiki mama was there, and I think Kiki's stepdaddy. Now, Kiki mama and the stepdaddy used to be stealing from them all the time. So they was like, listen, let's just go ahead and put the money, like we gotta get them their money so that way they don't, when we go shopping or we do whatever the fuck we about to do with this money, they don't be, in our pockets, or whatever the case may be. And they was trying to give me my cut. So with the 5 of us, it would have been like $2,000 each because it was $10,000, right? So my whole thing was, I don't steal. Like, that's one thing about me. My mama just always raised me that. My mama, like, if you steal, kill, any of that, that's where the line is drawn. Like, I grew up in a household where you can do anything, but you cannot lie, steal, or kill. That was like the thing. And so for me, I could not lie, steal, or kill. So me personally, I wasn't stealing the money, and I didn't know where the fuck the money came from, or whatever the case may be. So I don't know how much they had after that, but they all split that shit amongst them. I end up leaving the party. We all go, cool beans. Now, after all of this is going on, or whatever the case may be, a couple days go by and I get a text on my Instagram. And it's like a fake page texting me like, oh, when I see you, nigga, I'm doing ada woo woo, get my bitch her money back, this, that, and the third. Now, like I told y'all, I always been a popular boy. You know what I'm saying? So before TikTok, before Instagram, and I say this in the humblest way possible, I've been... not like how I am now, of course, but people been knew who I was, especially like in my neighborhood. Like everybody, like if you went to school with me, I was always like the popular boy in school, out of woo woo. So I was like, this probably just somebody like trolling me, like this, that, and the third. Because at this time, I had stopped fighting. I had stopped having beef with people. So I'm like, this can't be nobody serious. And them people that we got into a fight with, I'm like, I don't know them from nowhere, so I don't know. Wrong. Them motherfuckers knew who the fuck I was. Apparently, I didn't know who the fuck they was, but they knew who the fuck I was. I don't know. I still to this day don't know how the fuck they knew who I was, but they knew who I was. So anywho, while all of this is going on, the person who was from the fake page sent me a picture. Let me lock my motherfucking door. I just feel like a bitch about to run up and do some dumb shit, and I'm gonna hate to hop out this car. I hate being in the parking lot by myself. Anywho, so I just felt like, let me just make sure I'm good at the end of the day. You get what I'm trying to say? So, I'm like crossing my T's, dot my I's, and I'm asking Kiki, like, do you know the bitch that you was fighting out of woo-woo Instagram? Kiki telling me, like, oh, I really don't even know that bitch. Basically, Kiki got drunk and started a fight with these hoes, which we didn't know nothing about. We actually thought, until Kiki said that, we thought Kiki knew these bitches. Like, we thinking these some real bitches that Kiki got a beef with. Kiki really into it with these hoes. Kiki really got issues with these hoes. No. At this time, Kiki, these was just some bitches that Kiki just got drunk and started a fight with and didn't tell us until these bitches start texting my motherfucking phone. So, again, like I said, Kiki and them has never really been known. They always been like low-key people, not, you know, this, that, and the third type of people. I'm from Detroit. Okay, so I tell people all the time, Detroit is one of them cities where you can have 300 followers and a whole city know who you are. And one of my favorite shows is ATL, and I never forget when I was watching this episode, he said, if anybody who got over like 3,000 followers on Instagram think they a big deal, and I'm not gonna lie, I did think I was the shit. But I had like 6,000-7,000 followers. I always kept like 6,000-7,000 followers regularly on Instagram or whatever the case may be. So I guess I was a little known, and I didn't really realize it or whatever the case may be at that time. And so they was just coming for me because they knew me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking like they knew me. And it made sense because remember I told y'all I had punched the bitch that was fighting Kiki. While I was there, or the case may be, one of the girl cousins was like, that's the boy with the boutique. Because at the time I had a boutique and my photo shoots used to go viral all the time. That's the boy with the boutique. That's the boy with the boutique. But you know, when adrenaline and shit like that happening, you're not even paying attention. You're just trying to make sure you good. Back to present time at that time. So boom, they texted my motherfucking phone, and one of the person had sent a fading away picture, meaning a picture that you know, the pictures that you send on Instagram, but they like expire. And it was the girl. And I'm like, oh. So I text back like, bitch, what did you talk about already, the case may be? And she like, where the fuck my money at? Out of woo woo. When I see y'all, it's this, that, and the third. It's on site with any one of y'all bitches. It could be whatever. So at this time, I put some laughing emojis because, bitch, going on about your motherfucking day. But in my head, I'm trying to figure out how to go about this the smartest way, because at the end of the day, I'm a big believer in you never know who the fuck somebody else know. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, I did so much shit in my lifetime, shit that I ain't never talked about, story times that I ain't never talked about, that I know that it's always a bigger wolf out there. It's always somebody out here that know more people than you do, that got more people that you do, got more resources, got more money, out of whoop whoop. And I don't know shit about this bitch. So I'm asking Kiki, like, so you just started a fight with the bitch? Kiki like, yeah, I just started a fight with the bitch. So I'm like, all right, boom, let me try to work my little magic, see who the fuck I know, and to figure out who this bitch is, whatever the case may be. So I put the laughing emojis, or the case may be, at the bitch, out of whoop whoop. I'm trying to figure out what this little car doing down there. Make sure we good. My bad, y'all. I'm in the gym don't open until 5 o'clock, and it's 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm just in a parking lot by my goddamn. I know what Pelican Brain bitch need to hear this, but stop to. Anywho, so I'm just in a parking lot by myself, so I gotta be real observant right now. But anywho, so while all of this is going on, or whatever case may be, I'm constantly telling Kiki, like, hey, you know, like, I'm asking Kiki over and over, like, do you know this bitch? Do you know this bitch? Do you know this bitch? Kiki like, no, I don't know the bitch. So I have this homegirl, I ain't gonna say her name, but she's very fucking messy. And not messy to the point where she be telling everybody business, but she know everybody business. So I had a screenshot of the picture of the girl real quick. Now I took a picture on my iPad and I sent to her, I'm like, you know this bitch? She like, yeah, that's Bo. I'm like, who the fuck is Bo? She like, yeah, that bitch from the project. She from the Brewsters or whatever the case may be. Her daddy is out of woo woo. Now, I'm not gonna say the name of her daddy, but I will say this. Her daddy was a character that was depicted on BMF. So when she said that, or whatever the case may be, I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. And her daddy was not a motherfucking her daddy was not a drug dealer. Her daddy was like I guess you could say a hitman, but you know, like in real life, you just call them niggas killers. But that's what he was. A blicker. Let me say that, a blicker. He was a blicker. You know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. And so in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody know somebody, but I'm still in my head like, let me kind of watch out for this. So. I go back and I tell Kiki, I'm like, yeah, the bitch that you ran up on, her daddy out of whoop whoop. Now, like I said, her daddy's very well known in Detroit, especially if you grew up in that fast life. If your parents in the streets, or whatever the case may be, your parents was like teenagers in the 80s and the 90s, they probably know who the fuck this is. So, like I said, I'm telling everybody, like, you know, we probably need to be on the lookout for this, or whatever the case may be. Boom. So, a couple days go by, a week go by, another week go by. After that, Kiki tell me, like, do you want to go to, at this time, was about to go back to Atlanta. And so, but I had to stay back down here because I had just got this car now. I had needed a new car. And so I had ended up coming back down here, or whatever the case may be, and I was staying with one of my homegirls. And, while I was staying with her, like I said, her attitude was very, very nasty. Like, she treated me kind of very poorly while I was with her. So I was trying to just get the fuck on. And so I'm riding downtown one day, and I had pulled up at the Lou's Deli. Not downtown. I had ended up pulling up on 7 Mile at the Lou's Deli. Walk out of the motherfucking Lou's Deli. Soon as I get out the motherfucking car, walk up to the door, mop, a nigga just come and blow my motherfucking shit out. Like, I'm talking, he hit me so hard, y'all, I didn't stumble back. Like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So, soon as I gained my conscience back, we just start fighting in the motherfucking parking lot. But as this is going on over there, the case may be, one of the niggas had pulled out, like, some type of, like, not a knife, but it was like a... You know the shit that you clean your windows with? If y'all, some of y'all, most of y'all down south, but you know the shit that you scrape the snow off your windows out? It was like that, but it was very fucking sharp, or whatever the case may be. So he pulled that bitch out. He like, where the fuck the money at? Out of woo woo. Like, asking me all these questions. Mind you, it's hella people in the parking lot, like people recording. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you talk about, or whatever the case may be. So, he like, nigga, you better have the motherfucking money, or the case may be. And the nigga with the, we gonna call it a long shank. The nigga with the shank, he walking up on me. At this time, I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared as fuck. Because I ain't had no gun on me. I didn't have nothing on me at this time that could really protect myself. I can't really call nobody, you know what I'm saying? Even though I did have a cousin who lived on 7 Mile, but that cousin and me wasn't really on good terms. So I'm like, I just gotta figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? However this shit goes, however this shit go. But hey, if it's me or you, at the end of the day, I gotta go home tonight. You get what I'm saying? So, boom. The nigga, he constantly walking up on me. As he walking up on me, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, God bless. A police officer come up into the parking lot fast as hell. Cause like I said, it was like a whole crowd around there. Like, it was people recording and everything. And so the police officer, like, walk up on him, like, what you about to do with that? And this, that, and the third. Y'all know Detroit police officers really don't even give a fuck. So they're like, what the fuck you gonna do with that? Or whatever the case may be. And he hop out the car. And so the police officer walked me to my car, I get in the car, whatever the case may be, pull off, and I call motherfucking Kiki. And so I'm telling her what happened, and she like, all right, just pull up at my house. All right, we about to figure this shit out. So at this time, I'm like, I got on the phone with my motherfucking mama. I called my mama, my daddy. I'm calling everybody like, hey, yeah, I don't know how far this shit about to go, so we need to rally up the troops, or whatever the case may be. And at the time, I think my daddy was already fighting the case, so I didn't want to bother him with no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I just was like, I really didn't know what the fuck to do. So while all of this is going on, I'm telling Kiki, like, do y'all still got the money? Kiki, like, we got like 5,000-6,000 of it left, but I ain't giving that bitch nothing, or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, I need this money. My mama gotta pay. My mama behind on rent. This gonna help us get ahead. I'm like, Kiki, but you stole this girl money. And as I'm sitting here talking to Kiki, the bitch just talking like, she was talking to me like she had a plan with the money already. And that's what kind of was throwing me for a loop. Because I'm like, how the fuck you already had a plan with the money? How did you know what you was going to do with this money already? You know what I'm saying? Like, she would be saying shit like, yeah, I already knew what I was going to do. She literally said, verbatim, I already knew what I was going to do with this money. You know what I'm saying? Out of woo. So you knew what you was going to do with the money, but you didn't know the bitch. So at this point, I'm getting fed up. So I just tell Kiki straight up. I'm like, hey, Kiki, just be real with me. Did you know this girl? She like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so you knew who this girl was? She like, yeah. So I'm like, so you knew who this girl was, you ran up on this bitch, you acted like you was drunk, and you started up all of this chaos. She like, yeah. So we got into this big-ass argument, or whatever the case may be, and at this time, me and Kiki brother, because Kiki brother see me and her getting into it. And this is what I be telling my female friends. What y'all got to understand is, at the end of the day, I'm a nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it may look like two friends getting into it, but in reality, it's a nigga and a woman getting into it. You get what I'm trying to say? Y'all see my gains coming in. Y'all see the gains coming in. They coming in, baby. They coming in. Ooh, ignore the titty, but they coming in, baby. They coming in. Anywho, at the end of the day, I'm a nigga. So when we arguing, we getting into it, or the case may be, it looks like a nigga jumping in a woman's face. And it look like a nigga about to put his hands on you, but that's not what's really going on. So our brother come out the porch, and he on that, or the case may be. Soon as the nigga jump off the porch and he get to walking up on me, I'm just about to hit him because I'm not even about to play with y'all. Brother hop off the porch. He jump off the porch, start walking up on me. I found his ass. We get to throwing them bitches in the middle of the street. We tuxedo the fuck up. I did win the fight, but it was a good fight. Like, it was one of those fights I'm gonna remember, if that makes sense. And I'm not gonna lie, if we do a redo, he probably had my ass. I'm not gonna lie, because he really, really gave me a run for my motherfucking money. I'm not gonna lie. Tore his ass up, but he gave me a run for my motherfucking money. So after that, Kiki basically was on social media talking about me, calling me broke, this, that, and the third, which I'm not trying to be funny. And let me tell you something about me, and I tell people this all the time. I am not the person that flashes money because I don't have to be. But I grew up a certain way and I still live that same lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? Like I still have everything that I've ever had. You know what I'm saying? Like right now I'm in the process of building something new, but bitch, I still do good. I'm still doing well. Like I'm still getting my shit together. If anything, I'm just trying to figure out how to take this shit up another level. So when she on the internet calling me bro, people literally sliding up on her story, hoeing her. You know what I'm saying? Like they sending me screenshots like she calling you bro. This, that, and the third. We know you. You know what I'm saying? We know like how you live and this, that, and the third, out of woo woo. Mind you, I'm not rich or nothing like that at all. If anything, I consider myself like lower middle class. But for me to be my age, I know that I'm doing, decent, whatever the case may be. So she don't mind calling me bro, calling me out my name, telling me how much of a bitch ass nigga I am, and I put my hands on her brother, out of woo woo. I'm just letting the bitch talk. So again, while all this is going on, the fake page gets to texting me like, hey, whoa, it's obvious that you ain't into it, and if you really don't got the money, tell us where the money at. And I'm like, I don't know where the fuck the money at, and that shit don't have nothing to do with me. That was just some heat in the moment type shit. They said, well, if y'all don't stop, we gonna keep coming for you. So at this point, I really got to figure out who this bitch is. And at this point, my homegirl gave me some surface level shit, but I need to figure out who it is. So at the time, my homegirl was fucking on a nigga named Scooter. Now, Scooter is a real deal street nigga. It's a difference between being a hood nigga and a street nigga. Like, Scooter, one of them niggas that he ain't about to fight. He not about to tussle. He gonna offer you. You know what I'm saying? So, but Scooter always showed me love since I was real young. And he from Joy Road. And so I had pulled up on him and I had tell him what's happening. And he like, yeah, I heard people real serious with this shit. Like, if y'all really got that girl money, y'all need to give her the fucking money or whatever the case may be, because her people not playing. And it's not even more so about the money because they got that. It's the respect part of it all. And so I'm like, but I don't got the money. Like, I ain't even take the money. They like, yeah, but Trey, and he was, and Scooter always told me this. He was like, but you got to understand, you the person that people know. And that, like, I don't know, that kind of triggered me a bit because growing up, my mama used to always say that, like, it's always you. You always the person that people coming for. Like, I be at all my cousins' house, but because I'm the fly nigga, I got this, I got a chain on, I got, whatever the case may be, my mama, niggas is coming for me. You know what I'm saying? And then my mama's always telling me, it's always you. You know what I'm saying? And so he used to always tell me that, like, it's always gonna be you because you the one that people know. You are the one that people follow. You are the one that people paying attention to. They not paying attention to Kiki. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, right. So he had basically broke it down to me like, when this conversation being had, it's the Trey boy is the one who got the money, not the Kiki bitch. Don't nobody care about them hoes. And so I had end up, I'm like, all right, man. So I'm asking him like, what you want me to do? He like, call your uncle. You know what I'm saying? To see if you can figure something out. So at the time I had an uncle, he locked up right now, but we don't call him Treetop. So I call my uncle Treetop or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, hey, this my situation. This what happened or whatever the case may be. This is what I know about them. I don't know. I don't got their motherfucking money. This, then the third. So my uncle like, nephew, I'm gonna show you some love. Because the nigga that you dealing with owe me a favor, or whatever the case may be. He was like, but if I find out that you got this motherfucking money and you did this shit, I can't stop them from coming from you. I'm like, everything that I just told you the truth. Or whatever the case. So my bad, y'all. Y'all, please don't cuss me the fuck out. I'm so sorry. But he like, nephew, like, I got you, but you gotta make sure, like, you telling me the whole truth. And I'm like, I ain't lying, or whatever the case may be. So, my uncle ended up calling the nigga. They end up squashing it, or whatever the case may be. But the nigga still telling me, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still need to know where that money at, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, respectfully, you cool for now, but I still got to make sure, where that money at. Like, my baby name got to be clear in the streets so she can move how she want to move. And so I'm like, I don't know, who got the money or the case may be. Now, I know what y'all thinking. Y'all probably like, but you and Kiki beefed out, just get a name up. I'm not that type of person, bro. Like, I'm like, I have integrity, if that makes sense. And if I call you a friend, the last thing I want is some bad shit to happen to you. And I tell people all the time, like, the way I grew up, the shit that I saw, I understand that most people didn't see that. Like, a lot of people don't ever think about sitting in their crib right now and a nigga could come in there and blow your motherfucking head off. Or think about the fact that your house can get raided like this. Or, you probably ain't never seen nobody get shot. You probably ain't never seen nobody, die or do some stuff like that. So I'm thinking in my head, like, They not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you from the hood, you from the trenches or whatever the case may be. Yeah, you grew up broke, but you ain't like that. Your family not like that. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, you could talk that shit on the internet, but I know who you really are. You know what I'm saying? And I know you ain't, bitches ain't no bullies now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling them, like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't even know who they live. Like, they was just some girls that I was just kicking it. I'm playing it like they was just some bitches I met at the club, and when we was fighting, everybody jumped in, so we just start all swinging it. So the uncle like, all right, but I ain't gonna lie, if I catch them out, it ain't gonna be no mercy. So I end up going back to Atlanta, get on my flight. I never forget, I got off, I took the airport to the MARTA. Took the MARTA to Buckhead, got off at Buckhead, had my black truck pick me up. Get in the black truck, or whatever the case may be, and at the time, my phone had been dead on my flight, which sucks. Get on the motherfucking flight, and I get a call. It's my uncle. And he like, yeah. He like, nephew, I can't say too much. I'm on the phone. I'm like, yeah, what's up, uncle? He like, that situation we talked about? I'm like, yeah. He like, it's handled. I'm like, what you mean it's handled? He like, it's handled. When he say it's handled, my heart literally dropped to my stomach, because all I could think of is like, bro, something bad about to happen. Like, bro, so like they about to get killed. So I'm calling Kiki, or whatever the case may be. I'm like, I'm text her, you okay, you okay? She not answering the phone. Nothing is going on. Out of woo woo. So a day go by, I'm still thinking about it, and I asked my homegirl to go over there to go check on them, whatever the case may be. While all this is happening, y'all, my homegirl go over there. She like, it ain't no cars in the driveway, nobody there, nothing is going on. She ain't posted on Instagram, none of that. So I'm like, bro, I don't know where the fuck could she be. But I'm like, I can't see Kiki. Like, if some shit like that happening, the bitch ain't dumb enough to go to no hospital and incriminate herself. So it's this one lady on, I ain't gonna say what street she be on, but she be on a street in Detroit, and basically a lot of street niggas go to her to get her, like, okay, so a lot of y'all may not know this, but when you get shot in the streets, you can't go to the hospital, right? Why? Because you don't want the police involved, especially if you got something on you, especially if you in a striker, especially if you with certain people, you know what I'm saying? And it obviously depends on the situation, but for most people, not for most people, but for a lot of people, that's the case. So I'm like, Kiki know where to go, because that lady just so happens to be her godmama. So I'm like, go to, we gonna call the lady Santa Ria. I'm like, go to Santa Ria house, or the case would be. Santa Ria at the time was out southwest, not a bitch live in Miami. I think she on the run. But Santa Ria had went out there, or whatever the case may be. Excuse me, I had sent my homegirl out there, and she was at Santa Ria house, and she had got shot. She got shot 2 times in her stomach, and her arm was broke. And I had asked my homegirl, like, put me on the phone with her. We chopped it up for a little minute, and she had basically apologized for everything, telling me that that I was right, and she was sorry. And after that, I just kind of kept my distance, but I still felt bad for her. So that was a situation. It's still kind of like a touchy situation to talk about, because just, even though, like I said, she's snaking me, but just seeing her in that situation, seeing her in that state was just crazy, because I would never want that for her, but yeah. That's what happened. So, listen, man, as always, I need y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. Like I told y'all, today is the first day of real estate class for me, so I am vlogging this journey. I think I'm going to, I don't know, well, no, I do not. I think I'm going to do a weekly vlog every Thursday, or some type of vlog or video every Thursday, just really documenting the hustle journey. As you guys know, I am starting my network, Swooper Network. That is why my channel is not the Trey Jerome Show no more. It's Swooper Network. So I'm doing this. I'm trying to find a team to bring my story times to life. And then in addition to that too, y'all know I got my Airbnb company. I'm starting the real estate. I'm just trying to really, really get my life together and level up. Cause like y'all said, like I told y'all, like, I'm not rich, but I'm trying to get there. But it's not even really about the money right now. It's just really about, like, the passion and what I'm passionate about. And so right now I'm passionate about media production, but I need some money while the time being. So I'm pursuing real estate. I'm pursuing a couple other things, a couple business ventures. So I really, really want to document this. This is just something I want to be able to look back at. So every Thursday, not this Thursday, next Thursday, from next Thursday on and forward, I will be dropping, like, weekly videos, Q&As, vlogs, all of that, just about my journey, my hustle, who am I, woo woo. So I need y'all to like, comment, and subscribe if y'all want to be a part of that. As always, thank y'all so much for being a part of this and supporting me. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.